Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week of March 3rd. I didn't say good morning. I didn't say good evening. Didn't say good afternoon. All right, progress. So, as always, we're going to start off with good things. I'm not sure if your students have shared with you, but it's so exciting. There is a Shadow Hills kindness page that popped up on Instagram. Often schools, we see negative pages with students being posted who don't want to be posted or negative behaviors. But I thought it was such a beautiful thing that three of our students decided to create a Shadow Hills kindness page and just focus on kind things and encourage students to do kind things for one another. The same three group of girls have been working to get 10 students to start a club. So they told me they just have two more. And then they're going to be taking on kindness projects every single month for the entire campus community. So that is a good thing. Actually, there's more. I want to thank Mrs. Phillips, who is our AVID coordinator. She came up with an adorable Shadow Hills postcard that she designed that we had reproduced and we're going to give to our faculty and our staff so that we can share with you positive things that are happening with your student at school. So look forward to getting some old school mail shouting out and highlighting something amazing your student has done here at Shadow Hills. So thank you, Mrs. Phillips, for making that happen for our school. Also, we like to give out I don't know, recognition treats, basically gift certificates from very generous local businesses who donate gift certificates to us for students who get to class on time, who have zero behavior referrals, who earn between a 3.0 and a 4.0 GPA. Another thing we're going to start doing is recognizing those students who meet or exceed standard on our local progress monitoring. So students take tests in ELA and math that are connected to the California Common Core standards to see how well our students are progressing in learning the standards. So as a school, we're going to run a report and again, give students treats for meeting and exceeding the standard in ELA and math. But I want to thank Ms. Torgerson, who had a great idea to recognize growth. So I thought that was wonderful. So we are making available those same treats. So there's cookie coupons, snack bar cash, Falcon Bucks, and again, gift certificates that we are going to make available for our teachers for students who are showing growth. So just because she and I happened to be talking about that, she was able to look at her student data and see that 77% of her students made growth on our last local progress monitoring assessment, looking to see how students are doing in ELA and math. So thank you, Ms. Torgerson, for that suggestion. I say, together we rise, right? It takes pressure and support, and we need all of the minds and the creative ideas because we can't do this work for students on our own, and they change all the time. So we have to continue to be creative and interrogating our own practices so that we can become better for them. Let's see, our character trait this month is courage. So we posted the parent newsletter, family newsletter, focused on activities that you can do as a family that are free to cultivate courage in our students. So one of the activities I thought was wonderful was talking to your students about something that they've always wanted to do, but they've always been afraid to do. That's positive, right? And encourage them to be courageous, to try that thing. And so I tell them on the announcements, I think courage is my strength. Not that I don't act, not that I'm not afraid, because I think I'm fearful often, but I'm going to keep moving forward. So we want students to move forward despite their fear. So that's what we are talking to them about all month. So encourage your children to be courageous, to raise their hand in class, to ask a question, to advocate for themselves, to be able to say what they need. To ask questions, to do something great, like our students who are writing kindness notes, and it's happening in ASB. One of our sixth grade classes wanted to do kindness projects for the school. So I love that positive things are catching on. You have amazing children. Upcoming. So you know that our teachers have planned 13 caregiver engagement activities. I've lost track. I forgot what number we're on. The next one, they have been amazing. We've probably had 1,300 people at all of the events so far. The next one is March 20th. So that is going to be a student fashion show. We're really excited about that. So it can be students showcasing their favorite creative outfit, something they have in their closet already. It can be Shadow Hill swag. So all of the t-shirts, hats, and beanies that they've collected. Um, and there's one more category, but I will tell you that next week. But please encourage your students to sign up to be in our fashion show. And of course, we have snacks, and we also use that as an opportunity to share something educational with families so that you understand how to sort of navigate Shadow Hills and the school system for your students. So please encourage them to sign up to be in the fashion show, and please come out on March 20th just for an hour in our multi-purpose room. Let's see, attendance. Once again, Shadow Hills for month 6 has earned the best attendance just out of all of the comprehensive 5 middle schools. So I just want to say thank you to Mrs. Baruman, our attendance clerk, Ms. Morgan, our student engagement advocate, and Dr. Musamichi, who work really hard in the background on attendance. If your student is on independent study, please, please, please make sure they complete their independent study work so that they can clear their absences. We had last month 32 students with incomplete work. So please make sure that they do that, because that will also help our attendance rate, our average. And if you have questions, again, you want to clear up some absences, again, you can do independent study. It's a new process and it's simplified. So please reach out to Mrs. Baruman. Your students may be showing you that, but we are distributing our pouches, so they are being checked out in our library. Thank you to our social studies department. Thank you, Mrs. Hedges, for taking this on for the school, your department. She's our history department lead. So students are getting their pouches, just going over some how-tos, but we are practicing our arrival procedures we started last week. We're continuing this week in the morning. So students know how to move through with this new responsibility that they have every morning. So that's going well. We're tweaking as we go, but I think tomorrow it'll be down perfectly. So we are all very excited about that to capture their attention. And I just want to thank you so much for your support. Actually, I'm very overwhelmed to hear the parent support who are also excited about the pouches as well. So that was surprising, but I definitely thank you for that. Soccer tryouts, girls and boys are coming up. Girls, please see Mr. Rayfeld. Boys, please see Mr. Benitez, our history teacher, so that your student can try out to be on one of our championship soccer teams. I just want to remind families that students get to wear Shadow Hills hats and beanies only. So the hats are designed by students, the beanies are adorable. I have a collection of other hats. So I do not allow them to wear other hats, because sometimes hats have different affiliations, and I want everybody to be safe, and I want us to feel like we are one community and everybody has access to the same cool swag. So I do keep their hats or beanies, and I decided, because we are focused on learning here, to get their hat or beanie back. They're going to take a short 3-question quiz designed to see how well they understand one of our ELA, our math standards. And once they meet the standard, I will give them back their hat and beanie. So if they don't want to do their test with me, please keep those other hats and beanies at home. And we have really cute ones that they get to wear here. And as always, we are focused on learning. So your students may be telling you when members of our admin team, when we visit classrooms, of the things that we do and we look at, we do ask students 3 questions. And so I want you to also ask your students these 3 questions, because we want them focused on learning. That is why we were here. So we ask students, what are you learning? And we ask them, why are you learning it? And then we ask them, how do you know once you've learned it? So I'd like for you to also begin to ask students those questions to see what's happening at school and what's happening in the classroom. That's the most important stuff. So what are you learning? Why are you learning it? And then how do you know once you've learned it? So please engage your students in those conversations. And we are preparing for our state tests. So on Fridays, we're going to begin practicing. It's something called the interim assessment. So students get comfortable with the question types and how the test is set up. Our entire school is going to be testing this year to give students time. And I like to do things in an orderly way. We can pace them. So just want to let you know that that is coming up. So please make sure they are rested. Please make sure they are in the habit of eating. We do have breakfast available. We don't feed an entire school, but we do have breakfast available in the morning. So please make sure they arrive early. And as far as the yonder cell phone pouches, March 10th, everybody will be pouched up, AirPods, watches, cell phones, everything is expected to be in the pouch. Before they enter campus, they will show us and then we will lock it. There is no opting out. If your student does not have a cell phone, that's great. I commend you on that. I was one of those parents that probably gave my student a cell phone too early, so I am guilty. But that's great if they have it. They're still going to get a pouch checked out to them that they're going to have to keep in good condition. They'll show it to us. It'll be empty, but they're still expected to lock it. We understand that some students are going to try to get around the system. And if we see them with their phone after they've told us that they don't have a phone, they're simply going to pouch it up in another classroom. They're going to put it in themselves. They're going to lock it. The first time, we will allow them to pick it up after school. The second time, we're going to ask that you pick it up. So please talk to your students if they have a phone. It's just best that they put the phone in the pouch. And how fun is that going to be when nobody else has a phone except you because you're trying to avoid the system? So again, I just want to thank you for the incredible parent support in supporting us, and you recognize how positive it is that we will get to have your students' attention, and we're going to see an increase in safety and wellness. There will be no Instagram drama during the school day, and so we're really excited about that. And I'm going to just launch everybody with this, that courage is not the absence of fear. It is being afraid, but still moving forward and having the courage to persevere anyway. I hope you all have a great week. And remember, we do nothing great on our own. And we are doing great things here at Shadow Hills because it is our community working together, providing pressure and support. And that is the way that Shadow Hills, we will continue to rise. Have a great week.